Well, good morning there. I got out early this morning. Just going to show some of the batches around this area in comparison to what it used to be. Trust me, it never used to be like this. Look at it. Yeah, this one was like 13 bucks. 12, 11, 9, 12, 10, 10, 9. I mean, that's pretty much all the orders that I'm seeing every day this week, except for that one unicorn. Yeah, 65 items, 29. I don't find that to be worth 29 bucks. I just don't find it that way. Yeah, 16 for 36. It never used to be this way. But again, different markets have different fruitful batches, man. And even with Uber, when I was in Western Mass, you had over 50,000 kids there, largely in part didn't have a car and weren't from the area. So I'd always get those airport trips, 39 miles down the highway all the time. You know what I mean? You don't get, I mean, here, Long Beach to LAX, 23 bucks. And it would take like almost an hour. Well, in Massachusetts, that 38-mile trip, done 50 to 55 minutes every time. Got 38 bucks more, you know what I mean? And yeah, Boston, 90 miles. I'd get $87 to $105 on that. And it happened all the time, you know what I mean? So, I mean, you don't get trips like that here. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, I mean, the market that you're in. But yeah, I mean, reliably, as you guys know that have seen my channel, you've seen me showing my earnings. And the amount of items per dollar. I mean, what happened was they went to this, we had a big problem with Swope. I better turn off this music. Better turn it off. There's the music to pause right there. So yeah, it was this issue of swipe, and miss. And sometimes you would see a batch come on and disappear in less than a second. And so that was a huge issue. So then they're like, we're going to fix this. And then they went to like an Uber style offering of a batch. And boy, oh boy, that was awesome. And then they said, we're going to make it better. And then they went back to their old style. And then all of a sudden, like a light switch, you were seeing 60 item orders for 25 bucks. That would always be 50 plus. You know what I mean? It's just the way it was. I mean, that's just the way it was. Like this. Let me see. 33. Items, 33. Now let me see this. 28 item, $28. Of course, man, Instacart's freaking internet fucking shit. It's horrible. Fucking worst ever in the world, man. I mean, I understand it's expensive, but God, you can never find out information on Instacart. It's always the same deal. Yeah, 11 items for $21, right? $28. Yeah, 24 items. Pretty good ratios there. This one was a badass, right? 53 for 102. So let's look. $205 that day. Yeah, see what this $51 item. Right, 48. Now you're seeing that for 20. You know what I mean? Sometimes for 16. You don't see batches like this here where I'm at here in California. That's reliably like this. And it used to be reliable. I had a rule where I wouldn't take a batch under $25 and be able to do it every day. You know what I mean? You can't do that here. Because I've been seeing the batches every single day show up because I have it on all the time. You know what I mean? It's not the same. Like this one, 33 items. I mean, the tips are good. I mean, it's just not that way anymore because they changed it. And 23 items, see? I mean, obviously the item ratio to the dollar was awesome back in this time. It was. It was badass. It was good. That's the reason why I was doing it. The reason why I'm not doing it is because it's not like this. And it's not worth going and picking 30 to 50 items for $25 or 20 or even 15. It's not worth it. And back in this time, they didn't combine all the orders either. But at this time, it was the pandemic, and everybody was obeying quarantine and wanted people to shop for them. So therefore, the orders. Sometimes I'd deliver an order, and it'd be a Wednesday, and the person said that they made the order on Friday. You know what I mean? That's how backed up Instacart was. So it was awesome. You went shopping, and then immediately after you're done, you would see an order immediately after. And then what happened was you started seeing an explosion of new shoppers in the stores. Seriously. It's just an explosion. And then that was Instacart reps' words about making it fairer for the new guy. That came from Instacart. Because then after they changed it back from the Uber style, kind of like, we're going to offer you a batch for you, you have like 10 seconds or whatever seconds it was to accept it. I mean, that was freaking awesome, man. Because I had 5 stars. I was a 5.0 rated shopper. You know what I mean? And I had like 60 rating almost all the time, 60 out of 100 ratings. And so therefore, I was getting preferred batches. And I was making money. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, like a light switch, all of a sudden there was no batches at all. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell? And then the batches were crap. I mean, it's just the way it happened. And that is the way that they do it. They hire a bunch of new people right prior to a whole bunch of new hires. Like this, 29 for 22 isn't really worth it for 2 different people. Then I'd have to drive all the way over there. So yeah. That's just, Instacart used to be good. And, you know, I can reliably get my fresh stuff done in like an hour and a half often. And I'm typically making $40 in tips. So that's like $69 for an hour and a half. And I'm not driving as much as I would be for here. I mean, 100 miles. I could definitely earn if I'm going to do Amazon again today. Because yesterday I did it, and I did 4 batches. I'm going to see what the tips will be. 4 deliveries, really quick and easy. So I think, and I'm going to, I'm recording my miles right here for today. And we're going to see what my Amazon's going to yield for the mileage. I definitely, absolutely used to show my miles for Amazon. It's definitely, I mean, I'd make 110 for under 40 miles each and every time. Now with Instacart around here, you're gonna burn more miles for that. And you're not going to, I mean, it's a weird coincidence that I don't think is a coincidence. Because I remember, as an Uber driver, rides would die. You know what I mean? I was still making money, but it's like, damn, it's dead now. And so therefore, naturally, what I would do is I would just go off and do some Amazon, and then just keep on doing Amazon. And then when I'd come back for Uber, because I'd take a break on Amazon, all of a sudden I'm getting rides again. And then like a light switch, it dies again. And then I'd go back to Amazon full time, basically. And then come back. And I'm not messing around. I'm not making that up. I was always thinking about that throughout the long period of time. It's like every time I'd get cooled, I'd cool off on Uber for a little bit and come back and warm back up. They would give more rides. And, last week was the first week of the month. So you have a lot of people that might be shopping for the month. So I think that's the $800. But then it basically died. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, these batches aren't what they were last week. That's a hands down fact. So, you know what I mean? That the coincidence of the beginning of the month, and perhaps they're doing that trick of like knowing that you've been gone for 4 months, and then they're wanting you to come back, so they'll offer you more batches. We'll see. I mean, I'll give Instacart another month off, and then come back, and then we'll see if it works or not. You know what I mean? If all of a sudden when I come back a month later, and you see all these batches, and you'll be like, whoa. You know what I mean? It's possible. It's easy to get conspiratorial, you know what I mean? When it comes to the e-gig stuff. 4168 units for $21. That thing's that's like 50 miles away too. So, yeah. I mean, I do what's best for me. Focusing on the miles to the dollar. And the time spent. I have a strategy where I tend to want to get the order right. Hence the reason why I got more 5 stars. Because I know if I just do what I think, as logical as I am about it, I know my ratings are going to be lower. And I think also that's part of the reason why my batches are sucking. Is because I only got 44, and I'm usually at 59 to 60 ratings, as I've shown before. And I only got one's forgiven, and only one that's not a 5. I mean, that's not bad, right? But I think I forget that guy's name. I have to go back, and he said exactly what I agree on. I think he's right about that. They're looking at the amounts of 5 stars that you have. So, my 43 5 stars, well, that's like freaking 57 that I'm not getting, right? You know what I mean? So the algorithms, there might be another shopper that has all 5 stars and has 70 ratings. You know what I mean? Obviously, that person's going to get it, right? So, yeah, it's kind of, what do you do? I mean, I'm not going to get awkward and ask people to rate. You know what I mean? I don't do that. It's just, I just assume, you know what I mean? I don't really care for that idea of if you give a 4 star, you're compelled to give why and what's wrong. I mean, I don't agree with that. The idea that a 4 star is a bad rating. And that kind of pisses me off. I'm not for that shit. You know what I mean? I know I do a good job. So therefore, just, yeah, whatever. But, yeah, yesterday was easy. Those were all easy easy deliveries. Those were all singles, too. Oh, there was one that was 2. I think the first one was. So... I don't know, I should sign on to DoorDash. But then, if I get the fresh here, the Amazon Now, it gives you 5 minutes to get to the store. And I am no longer at risk. No longer at risk. Boom. It must be because of those that were late. Haven't scratched off the record yet. So no longer fair, no longer at risk. So therefore, but yeah, that's kind of a bump deal. 2 years ago, when I was here, I used to be able to reliably get 2 blocks a day. I'd get a block either from 11 or 11:30 to 2 to 2:30, and then I'd have a block from like 5 to 8 or 5:30 to 8:30 every day. You know what I mean? It was the only day that was a punk was Friday. They would give you a 4-hour block, but they always extended the money if you worked past the 3, and that's one thing that made me like working for Amazon. Yeah, they would do that. They'd make it right. So therefore, yeah, with the miles to the dollar. But yeah, it's not like it used to be. On Friday nights, I could pretty much reliably see all the whole next week's batches drop all at once. And I'd be able to select the whole next week on either a Friday night around 10:30 or so, or Saturday night around 10 to 10:30. Religiously, you know what I mean? So, yep. So today I'm going to do the old experiment on seeing how much money I can make on Amazon now. It's a little early in the morning, but I kind of like it. Just go there, pick up a couple packages. Sometimes I'm working the easy, just a smooth experience picking up, and that's kind of what I like about the delivery. Just pick up the thing and go. You know what I mean? It's like driving Uber without the people. So let me see if my Uber. They said that the background check is processing. No, not yet. Sometimes I hate my bowel movements, man. I'm regular, but I went to the bathroom before I left today, and now here I am needing to use a damn bathroom like just an hour and a half later. Oh, it drives me crazy. And that's one of the reasons why I like to have the 2-meal-a-day diet, because I can control that through eating at 7 in the morning, at 3 in the afternoon, and then nothing in between. When I eat 3 meals a day, I'll go to the bathroom when I wake up, not need to go, and then 2 hours later, when I'll be on the road, boom, I need to freaking go to the bathroom. It's nothing worse than that. Yeah, it's. Well, I'm at a grocery store here, so Ralph's, I think, will let me go, so that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Plus, I don't like going in public bathrooms, especially now with the COVID. So, yeah, too much information, but it is what it is. So, I will let you guys go, and thank you.